You guys know there is no miracle cream, lotion, potion, or pill that's going to completely cure hyperpigmentation, but Cispera comes pretty close. Cispera's superstar ingredient is cystiamine, and that is what we're going to talk all about today. For anybody new here, hi, I'm Dr. Alexis. I'm a board-certified dermatologist. I have a background in cosmetic chemistry, and I take my knowledge and deliver it to you so that you can make the best skincare decisions. For anyone not new, welcome back. All right, guys, so you have been requesting this video an awful lot here on YouTube and over on my IG. So today is the day. We will talk about Cispera, but more importantly, we're going to dive into the superstar ingredient, which is cystiamine. We're going to talk about what it is, why is it so special, how to use it, how to incorporate it specifically into your skincare routine, who should use it and why. And most importantly, there is a giveaway with not only Cispera for the initial treatment phase, but an additional tube for the maintenance phase and a dermal repair cream plus a gentle cleanser. So for details on the giveaway, please look in the description box below or check out my IG. All right, without further ado, what is Cispera? So cystiamine has actually been around for quite some time. Cystiamine is not new, but Cispera is new. Since the 1960s, we actually have known about this strong and potent antioxidant for its depigmenting abilities. However, no one was able to formulate it in a stable fashion that was actually usable until now. And I hear that recently there is another company who has made cystiamine at 5% concentration, but we will get into that a little bit later.
Cispera can be used for multiple different forms of hyperpigmentation, whether that's hyperpigmentation that's located on the face or even sensitive areas like the lips or the axilla. It's also very good for hyperpigmentation on the body. To remind you guys, hyperpigmentation is truly just a big umbrella word. It includes periorbital hyperpigmentation, photoaging, hormonal hyperpigmentation or melasma, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Now, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation is the #1 cause of hyperpigmentation. And this is when you have excessive pigment deposits at the injury site. This can result from picking at the skin or using over-aggressive ingredients or inflammatory ingredients. The common causes are acne, eczema, and razor bumps. Now, definitely one of the most stubborn causes of hyperpigmentation is that hormonal hyperpigmentation or melasma. This is caused by an abnormal increase in pigment-carrying melanosomes, and it's caused by pregnancy, birth control pills, medications, especially progesterone medications, and even treatments like IVF. Multiple clinical studies have shown that Cispera has been extremely effective at improving hyperpigmentation from all of these different forms, and it's because of that superstar ingredient, cystiamine.
So what is cystiamine? It is actually produced in mammalian cells, and it acts as an intracellular antioxidant. It's a natural compound, and it can actually be found in the foods that we eat, with the highest concentration actually being found in human breast milk. And most importantly for me as a dermatologist, it hits all the marks. #1, does it work? Patient satisfaction. If the patients are not going to get the results they're trying to obtain, I don't really want to recommend a product, right? Because then people will come back angry. #2, is it safe? Safety is a huge concern nowadays with so many new products on the market. The safety profile of cystiamine and Cispera in general is very safe. And then #3, is it good for the great majority of patients with all skin tones? Is it good for people with sensitive skin? Is it easy tolerable? And does it have any side effects or adverse events in those with skin of color? So you guys are probably wondering what's in Cispera that makes it so special. Well, guys, the key ingredient is, of course, the 5% cystiamine. It is the superstar. It actually has multiple different pathways of melanogenesis, or that pigment producing pathway that it attacks. So first, tyrosinase and peroxidase inhibition. That's a double inhibition off the bat, guys. It's also dopamine quenching, which means that it removes dopamine from the pathway, and that is a very important pathway to making melanin. In addition to this, it decreases the amount of pigment that's in the stratum corneum by changing the amount of deeper pigment, or eumelanin, to a lighter form of pigment pigment or pheomelanin. And all of this happens through an antioxidant effect. It also inhibits Fenton-type reactions with iron and copper quenching. Now, I know that was a lot, but that is why dermatologists are so excited about this ingredient, because those are not reactions that typically happen with the other brighteners that are on the market. It does include things like niacinamide, which you guys know I love for brightening. It also has different antioxidants. It's got 2 different forms of vitamin C, sodium ascorbate phosphate, and ascorbate palmitate, in addition to things like vitamin E or tocopherol. These are great additives, but it's not what makes dermatologists so exciting. It's the different ways that melanin is suppressed through that pathway with cystiamine that we are also excited about.
Also, guys, I know you know, but absolutely none of this matters if you are not wearing sunscreen. And make sure that you're wearing a broad spectrum UVA, UVB, and visible light coverage sunscreen.
So the reason that myself and so many other board certified dermatologists are so excited about this product is because it is a non-hydroquinone alternative, but it is extremely effective. There are a lot of clinical studies and trials showing that it is equally as effective as hydroquinone without the side effects. Now, I definitely want to address something. You will see fragrance listed in the INCI list, but this is a wash-off product, and you guys know that I don't typically mind fragrance too much in a wash-off product. But a couple of other reasons there's fragrance in this particular product. Number one, it smells awful. I don't know how else to say that, but it just smells bad. It smells like Nair, you know, like the chemical depilatories where you're trying to remove the hair from the body. It smells like that. It just smells honestly so awful that I don't think anybody would be willing to keep it on their face for 15 minutes without some type of masking fragrance. So that's the first reason. Now, I'm pretty sure that this is the second reason that there's fragrance in there, but this is a novel product, guys. Cosmetic chemists have tried for years to get cysteamine in a topical formulation. One, it's very difficult to stabilize, and 2, it smells terrible. So because of that, they figured it out and they want to protect this proprietary ingredient. So I'm sure that is why there's fragrance in here too. Part of fragrance is to protect novel ingredients from being duped or copied, right? It's like studying for a test for years. You know, you have to go through a lot of sacrifices. There's lots of blood, sweat, tears, and years that go into it. And then your neighbor who didn't sacrifice a thing and didn't study just cheats off of your paper on the day of the test. It's not exactly fair. And so that is why a lot of times people do put fragrance in there to protect their proprietary ingredient. And again, guys, it's a wash off. So the fragrance is not really a big deal. Okay, so this now brings us to how do you use the product? Cysteamine is actually used as a mask. So what this means is that you actually put the product all over your face. You want it to be completely even. You don't necessarily spot treat with this product, though you could. I usually recommend that you put it all over like a mask and then you leave it on for 15 minutes. It's really important that you do not wash your face for a full hour prior to using the product. So even if you have on makeup, you can actually apply it over top of the makeup. Or even if you have on sunscreen, you can apply it over top of the sunscreen, let the 15 minutes go by, and then rinse it off with a gentle cleanser and put on your moisturizer. Also, this is not an overnight miracle cream. There are no overnight miracle creams. So you would need to use the product for the full 16 weeks that it's intended for that initial phase of intensive pigment treating. And then you would want to go into what's called a maintenance phase, where you use the product 2 times, maybe 1 time a week just to maintain your results. That's the beauty of this particular product. You can safely use cystiamine for the long term without worrying about adverse side effects like you do have to worry about with the gold standard, which is hydroquinone. Another question that I've noticed being asked a lot is whether or not you can use Cispera or cystiamine with other actives. Absolutely yes. This product plays very well with other actives, and because it is a wash off, you don't usually have to worry about using it with vitamin C or retinol or azelaic acid or whatever else you may be using in your regimen. Now, if you're just new to retinoid, I would say you should separate them. So maybe do cystiamine in the morning and do your retinoid at nighttime. But if you have been using a retinol for a while, you really don't have to worry about using the cystiamine, washing it off, and then putting on your moisturizer or your retinol afterwards. It truly does play well with other products. It's well tolerated on the skin. It's well tolerated mixed with other products. That's why I love it. It's very, very versatile. I also noticed that in my comments section of an Instagram post on Cispera, people were talking about a 5% cystiamine cream by a company called All Purpose Cream, or APC. Now, Cispera has 5% cystiamine hydrochloride, and it's been very much so stabilized. There are a lot of different tests and studies to show that this particular formulation is very stable. I reached out to the company so that I could find out the source and stability of the product they were using, just because of everything I just told you guys. It's notorious for being unstable, and again, it smells like rotten eggs. The company did not get back to me, and if they do, I will more than happily update this video. But because it is $54.99, so much less expensive, it's like a third of the price of Cystiamine by Cispera, I, of course, wanted to do some research for you guys, because if you can get very similar ingredients and save money, of course, you want to know about it. However, I don't feel comfortable recommending it to my patients, and therefore wouldn't feel comfortable recommending it to you guys without at least hearing back from the company on how they were able to all of a sudden magically get this product to be so much less expensive and stabilized with a very different list of ingredients on their inky list. So hopefully they will get back to me, and then I will update you guys. I will probably not make a new video, but I will update you guys down in the description box below. And because you guys are so amazing, there is a giveaway. I reached out to the company and asked them to gift you all with Cispera, and they delivered. They're going to be gifting 2 of you all with the complete pigment rescue system. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it helped to shed some light on why so many derms sing the praises of Cispera, and also give you some insight on cystiamine. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. The details are down in the description box below and over on my IG. Until next time, guys, be well.